Imagine this. 10 long years ago, the greatest war the ancient world had ever known finally came to an end, the Trojan War. For 10 brutal years, the Greek kings and warriors had laid siege to the mighty city of Troy. They fought with swords, spears, cunning plans, and the favor of the gods. Eventually, thanks in large part to the clever strategy of Odysseus, the king of Ithaca, the Greeks tricked the Trojans with the famous wooden horse and destroyed the city. Victory was theirs. Most of the Greek heroes made the journey home in the months that followed. Some faced storms, some faced adventures, but one by one they returned to their kingdoms. All except one man, Odysseus. Odysseus, the same man whose brilliant idea helped win the war. For the last 10 years, he has been trying and failing to make it back to his wife Penelope and his young son Telemachus. Why has it taken him so long? That's part of the story we're about to unfold. But right now, as our tale opens, he's been held captive for 7 of those 10 years on a remote island by the nymph Calypso. Welcome to our journey through Homer's The Odyssey. Today we're diving into Book 1, the spark that sets everything in motion. On Mount Olympus, the gods are holding a council. Zeus, the king of the gods, presides. The conversation turns to Odysseus. Most of the gods feel pity for him. He sits day after day on the rocky shore of Calypso's island, staring out at the empty sea, weeping for his home. He longs for his wife, his son, and his kingdom. But one god stands against him, Poseidon, the powerful god of the sea. He is still furious with Odysseus for blinding his son, the one-eyed giant Polyphemus, years earlier during the long journey home. As long as Poseidon holds this grudge, the oceans themselves block Odysseus's path. Athena, goddess of wisdom and a fierce supporter of Odysseus, speaks up. She reminds the gods of his loyalty, his cleverness, and how much he has already suffered. She urges Zeus that it is time to let him go home. Zeus agrees. He sends Hermes, the messenger god, with clear orders. Tell Calypso she must release Odysseus at once. While the gods make plans in heaven, things are falling apart down on earth in Ithaca. Odysseus's grand palace has been overrun by more than 100 arrogant suitors, wealthy noblemen from Ithaca and the neighboring islands. Convinced that Odysseus is dead, they have moved into his home. Day after day, they slaughter his livestock, drink his wine, and demand that Penelope choose one of them as her new husband. They are destroying the family's wealth and honor. Penelope, still deeply loyal to her missing husband, has held them off for years with a clever trick. She claims she cannot remarry until she finishes weaving a burial shroud for Odysseus's aging father. Each day she weaves, and each night she secretly unravels her work. Their son Telemachus is now about 20 years old. He has grown up without his father and feels powerless in his own home. The suitors treat him with disrespect, and he doesn't know how to stop them. That's when Athena steps in, this time appearing on Earth disguised as Mentes, a trusted old friend of Odysseus. She sits with Telemachus, eats with him, and begins speaking truth into his life. She challenges him. Why do you let these men ruin your house? You're no longer a child. It's time to act. Her words ignite something in Telemachus. For the first time, he begins to stand taller. Athena urges him to call an assembly of the people the next day and publicly confront the suitors. Then she tells him to sail to Pylos and Sparta to seek any news of his father. That night, while the suitors continue their loud feasting, Telemachus goes to bed with new courage growing inside him. The next morning, he calls the assembly, the first gathering of its kind since Odysseus left for Troy. With Athena's invisible strength, the young man boldly tells the suitors to get out of his house. They mock him and refuse. But Telemachus stands firm. He announces he will sail in search of his father. With Athena's help, now disguised as another man named Mentor, he secretly prepares a ship and crew and slips away that very night, heading across the sea toward answers. And so the story truly begins. a son leaves home in search of his father. While far away, the gods have finally decided the father's long exile must end. 2 journeys are now in motion. The road home will be dangerous, full of monsters, temptations, and tests of character, but the heavens have spoken. That's the end of Book 1. The spark has been lit. Next time, we'll follow Telemachus as he begins his quest and hear more of Odysseus's own story.